as always, we're going to get nice and comfortable in our chairs. And if you can have your feet on the floor, if that's possible, legs not crossed. And I'm going to just start by relaxing my shoulders, because I'm sure I'm probably carrying tension there today. So I'm going to just let them just fall and relax. And I've got my hands just very loosely in my lap. And you can have your eyes downward or closed, whatever you feel most comfortable with. And I'm going to start to focus on the breath. So just coming into that breathing. And you're not changing your breath. You're just breathing in and breathing out as you normally do. But just bring your focus to that breath in and that breath out. That breath in and out. And just continue to focus on your breathing in and out. And there'll be noises and distractions, but just push them behind and come back to the breath in and out. And feel yourself getting really comfortable in your seat now, making that connection with your bum in the seat, your feet on the floor, really getting comfortable and really relaxed. And just focusing on breathing in and breathing out. And if your mind wanders, just center yourself. Bring your awareness back to where you are right now, in this moment. Just breathing in and breathing out. And I've got all my crystals on the table today. And I'm going to just really focus and pull the energy from there. And just take that with the in-breath and just hold on to that energy. And maybe one particularly resonates with you today, and you can focus on that one. But really feel that energy washing over you. Breathing it in. Helping you to calm and relax. But just sit with that energy just for a moment. Just letting it do what it needs to do. Just continuing to breathe in your natural rhythm. Now we're in a place of calm, focusing on our breath. Just going to start our little visualization. So if you can just imagine at this moment, you can see around you, about 2 feet outside of your body, a cylinder. The cylinder is clear and totally transparent, and you can see through it in all directions. And the temperature inside the cylinder is perfect for you. And just breathe normally in your natural rhythm. And for this moment, I want you to feel the power of the cylinder enveloping you, keeping you safe, and allowing you to let go of any stress or any worries that you might have. And it's bringing you to a place of calm where you are feeling totally relaxed. Just breathing normally. And now concentrating on the cylinder. I want you to see that it stretches downwards, down into the earth, going deep into the earth. And as you look upwards, you can see that it stretches endlessly upwards through the sky and up, up into the universe. As you move, the cylinder moves with you. Even as you walk through crowded places, the cylinder stays with you. And you can release any heaviness or anything that is troubling you down through the cylinder and into the earth. And the earth receives this from you, taking it away and allowing you to just let it go. And when you're ready, bring your awareness above your head and just feel as you look up through the cylinder, that you are really making a deep connection with yourself. And allow whatever you need right now to come to you. Perhaps you'll feel a sense of peace washing over you, calm. You might receive some thoughts, a message from your inner self. Maybe nothing specific, but just rest in this place of your consciousness, feeling the connection high up in the cylinder, coming down to you through the cylinder and into the earth, providing you with stability and calm. Bringing your focus back to the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Going to take a big deep breath in. And let it go. Big deep breath in. Let it go. And when you're ready, open your eyes, allowing the cylinder to dissolve. And you can carry on with your day, knowing that any time you can return to this process whenever you feel that you need to. So, just hands up in the air, big stretch, little toe tap, shake those hands, do a big booty shake. And if you've got a drink beside you, it's a really good idea to have a big drink. So I was having a play this morning, which is dangerous, I know. And I'm going to just not say what we're going to draw, but I'm just going to draw some lines and then it'll hopefully come together. So I'm not going to start with my border. So I'm going to do, I'm just using my pencil to start. Okay, so I'm going to come down and I'm not even going to think about this. You can watch and I'm going to come over and then I'm going to do, so it's like it is a jawline. Okay, so I'm going to do a little line coming off that, that's the neck, just coming off there. And then I'm going to do some eyebrows to kind of give it, I don't know, whatever you want to give it. We're not going to do eyes, we're just going to do little closed eyes because we don't have to worry about eyes. And then I'm just going to do a little arc and a little arc and then just a little nostril on either side. And then I'm going to do a mouth. And I'm not worried. I mean, it's not going to be perfect because I don't draw faces. So it's not, but it's going to be arty. So we're just going to be arty. Okay. So there we are. We've got this visage shape. We know what it is, and we're going to draw it in with our pens in a minute. It's just to give a little bit of artiness to our tangle today. And we're not going to get hung up about what it looks like because it is what it is and it is just lines. Okay. So now I've drawn it and I kind of think it's okay. I'm going to come in with my pen and I'm just going to cement that in with my pen. I'm going to just try and take it very easily because the pen's quite juicy. And then I'm going to do the brow line. And a little brow there. And then just little. And then just little nose and then the mouth. Okay. And then I'll come back in and just draw that neck sort of in. And that's it. That's all as far as we're going to go with that. Okay. And now we're going to just surround her with flowers. Okay. So that's going to be, and I will draw some loose strands of hair in later on when we've got some flowers in here. So I'm going to sort of surround her with flowers and then I'll work in some loose tendrils, shall we say, so we don't have to worry about ears or anything else. Okay, so for now we're just going to start and draw some little flowers around her. Okay, so I'm going to just come up to above her head, and I'm going to start with the first little flower maybe that we drew might be. So to kind of give a focus, let's just think. Actually, I'll do some Echoflux. I think I'm going to do some just very traditional, funny, like daisy shapes, I think, to start with. So I'm going to just do my Echoflux in here. So let's just have that because it's kind of like a half flower. So just like that, and I'm going to kind of create that, just let that sit there for a minute, and I'm going to do another one beside that. So let's just okay, and then I'm going to do one behind. And as always, just let it go where it needs to go. Okay, just tucking in behind. And then I think I might just follow that on. And remember, you can move your tile just so it's comfortable for you. There might be another one where just coming up. I might just come out. That drawn behind thing that we're all learning about. I'll have some coming down here and just focus on that line that you're making right now. Just kind of have these coming down the side here. And I have no border today, so mine are just gonna go off. And I'm gonna just kind of frame her face with these flowers coming down. So if I had said we're going to draw a face, she'd have all ran a mile. Well, I know I would have. So I'm just putting my own limitations on you guys by saying that. But I would have, if somebody had said, "Oh yeah, we're going to draw a face today," I probably would have said, "What? Not doing that." So just come around and just have one maybe. I imagine that there's maybe one behind, or I can kind of add some fluxes in there to just frame her. Maybe some coming the other way as well. So I'm kind of just adding some little fluxy bits there just to fill in that space and kind of I think I might just carry on up this top bit because I have no border. And do them the other way as well, so that they're coming, so that they're not all going the one direction. Don't want to actually draw on my lovely purple sheet, so I'll just move that for a second. Just bring in a, well, I don't know, bring in anything. I can imagine that there's some that are going off in the other direction. Just filling in that space. Okay, that one actually for the bottom, I think. Oops, sorry. And obviously these can be as big or as small as you want, but mine's got quite small at the end. So they have as we've got to the bottom. Just need to sort that up here. And I'm just kind of filling in the background with some like little centers of the Echoflux, just then feeding off from it just to make it look like, it carries on. So just, and you can kind of just do some circles that just have like maybe one or two like flux coming off them to show that they are behind, just carrying on. There's lots of flux going on here. And then I am just going to have a few little tendrils coming down, and then I'm going to do some more just flux petals. So imagine just some nice, just bit like what's it called? Mist, bit like mist, just coming down. And then I'm just going to have some larger kind of flux leaves coming out of the side, I think, just for kind of just to define that. And then I'm going to just have some little flux coming up from the bottom here, just kind of just along where the bottom of our neckline is. Just like I sort of just, I'm going to create just a break there. So it could be like a neckline off a, some kind of organic clothes that she's wearing. Speed that up actually. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm going to just do some more flowers over here. So I'm actually going to, I think I'm going to just keep with this, but I'm going to make them get bigger as we go over this side. So if you want to choose one of the other flowers we did today, that's fine. But I just kind of like the flow of this. So I'm just going to start by making, actually I'll start down the bottom and make some big ones. And just on these ones, I'm going to just around the centers and leave a little highlight. So I'm just going to do some little circles like behind to fill in some of the spaces and just cover them in and have them like little orbs, I suppose, but they can just look like some more flowers behind so that you get the essence that there is something going on behind there. And again, I'm just, because of no border, I'm just giving the illusion that there are things going on behind. And as I say, change direction so that they're not all going in the same direction. Oh, it's a bit on there now, just on a big blob. And I'm just gonna naturally just bump into this other side. And I'm just kind of going around filling in some of the little gaps. And then, you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, let's go and just color in all the little circles that we've done for our flowers so far. Just so that, because it really makes it pop. Just leave a little highlight. And I'm sure there'll be some that you miss, but don't worry about it. Remember, it is what it is. And even the little ones. You can still leave a little highlight on those. I have to just look really closely now and see. And I forgot to give her eyelashes, so I'm just gonna very carefully just do some little eyelashes on her closed eyes. And I'm just going to thicken up the brow a little bit. And I don't really think it matters how you do that, because with all the different brow shapes that are in at the minute, anything goes. Okay, so just thickening up that. And maybe I might just, oh, I don't know if I will actually. I might leave it. I was just going to say I might put some little petals along the bottom here, but I'm not sure that I will. I think I might just leave it for now. Now, I don't want to put patterns on every single one of these, our little fine line patterns that we do on the flux. Just like when we kind of, flare out like that. Just gonna see if I've got a very fine pen to do it anyway. That's a fine one, isn't it? No, it's not that one. So I haven't had a really fine one. Oh, here. So what is it in there? It's not an one. So using 3. No, I was using 1 anyway. Okay. So I'm going to just come in and really, really, really try to just do very, very fine little lines coming from these flowers. Just from that center point. And you want it to be just pushing outwards. And kind of not just straight, but going in a little V shape, maybe just to give it some illusion that the petal's shaped. So you're kind of trying to not just do straight out, but little V shapes as well to just make it look like that petal's got a little tuck in it. And you can actually do your V opposite way, pull a V out towards you and just see how that looks different. Instead of doing a V, outwards, do a V inwards and just see how different that looks. But just go around and just add that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. Not a smaller flowers. It might just be that you're on one little line coming out instead of loads. You might just be doing a little line coming away from that. So even on the small ones, it might just be that there's a little, just one or two lines just coming out. But it is amazing how different that makes the flower look. Just by giving it that little, really just contrast, isn't it? You're just adding a little bit of color and then it just gives it shape and everything. You wouldn't believe that something like so simple would make such a difference. Well, I'm sure I've probably forgotten one along the way. We'll see. Oh yeah, that one. Right at the bottom there. Right. So, oh, there's one there as well. I'll probably, as I'm going around, notice that there's a couple that I haven't done, but I'm just going to bring in the pencil now. And I'll just shade down just where her neck and the sort of flowers kind of meet. And under her chin. Just kind of sort of over here where the flowers are. And then again down the side here. And just do a little bit of shading around the nostrils and underneath. Just a little underneath her lip there. A tiny just brush across where her eyebrows are. Sorry, her eyelashes. And then you can also do the brow. Just a gentle kind of, I'm not really going to get into it too much, but just, you can kind of do like an oval shape coming off that just to give the depth of her eyes. And then I'll go along where her forehead kind of is there and just add some pencil to kind of where those flowers are. You know, touching or meeting her face. And then in the mist, we always kind of just do the top part of it just to give some depth in there because we want that to be kind of dark. Perfect. And then down the side, it'll be a bit dark. And then you can leave a little bit of light just poking through there. And then I'll do the flux. We're just in all of those little bits where you have drawn your contrast. And then we'll actually also come around where they're, you know, there's one on top of the other. Just so you can add depth. Okay, and then I'm just gonna come in on my flowers. And have it going from the center outwards. Oh, there's one I haven't done. Oh, I knew that would happen. I'll leave that one for a second then. I think there'll be some more that I haven't done. I'll just keep going. So I'm just going to add pencil on these, and then I'll just pull it out. So just in the centers. Just do a little scribble around, and then I'll pull that out. And then we'll get some layer as well. I'll just and there'll be loads of pencil on my turtle one already, so I'll just go over all of them and just drag that pencil out. Should have made my flowers bigger, shouldn't I? Okay, right. So I'm going to just get a little bit of shadow just in the little white bits, and sort of where the flowers kind of, cross over each other. I'll just add a little bit more shadow. So more pencil, I mean, like just to build up that there's depth there. So kind of just coloring in the background a little bit. Just so you can see that there is flowers that are behind. So they would be darker. The ones underneath. So you're really just adding that depth. So here as well, I'm just going to color in the background a little bit. Just shading it in, just so that you can tell that that's, underneath it's going to be a little bit dark. And then just blend that out. And around this one, sorry, I'm sniffing now because I sneezed. I'm just going to kind of come in and shade around this one because I want this one to kind of pop out because it's a nice big one. And maybe this one too. I'll get this one to pop off the page a bit. So just by adding a little bit more pencil, just to make those ones kind of jump out at you, basically. And the other ones will just add color behind. Okay, and I'm just going to go around the outside as well, just to give it a little bit of depth. I'm going to just run my pencil along, just to kind of create not a border of sorts, but just a kind of yeah, border, I suppose. Just a pencil border. I'm going to just come in and shade on the border. two. Mine either. I've done that out. So I think that's probably about it, actually. You could probably spend hours, just like Louise would, my sister would spend hours, but I need to go and find out if she's passed. So right, so my homage to Megan. There we are for her sending her lots of flowers today. That's what we came out with. So I hope that's all right. Just got a few more little leaves there. I'll just blend. And as always, hold it away and have a wee look. Yeah, that's all right. Actually, pleased with that. And we only did one really. So today's Tangle. And session. It is the 8th of June. And it was Echoflux basically that we used. And nothing else really. Or maybe some Flux on its own and Msst, didn't we? Flux and Msst. Why is it Msst? It's Msst. It's like 2 T's, isn't it? I think there's 2 T's in it anyway. It might be a while. I'll have to check. I can't remember instead of an I, but I think that's right.